Transplanting roses and rhubarb can be a rewarding experience, especially when done with care and the right techniques. Today, we'll delve into the essential steps for successfully transplanting these beautiful plants, while also discussing how to bring in tropical water lilies for your indoor space or outdoor pond. Each of these plants has unique requirements, and understanding those needs will ensure a thriving garden that enhances your living space. Understanding the right timing before getting started with the actual transplanting process, it's crucial to understand the right timing for each plant. Roses are best transplanted in early spring or fall when the temperatures are mild and the plants are not in active growth. Transplanting during these periods allows roses to establish their roots before the stress of summer heat or winter cold. On the other hand, rhubarb can be transplanted in early spring or late fall, as it's a hardy perennial that can tolerate cooler temperatures. Water lilies, particularly tropical varieties, should be brought indoors before the first frost. They thrive in warm conditions, and while some varieties can survive in cooler water, they are generally not suited for climates that dip below freezing. Make sure to plan your transplanting sessions according to these seasonal changes. Preparing the new site for roses. Choosing the right location for your transplanted roses is crucial. They prefer well-drained soil with a pH level of 6.0 to 6.8, full sun exposure for at least 6 hours a day, and protection from strong winds. Begin by selecting a new spot that meets these criteria, ensuring that the soil is rich in organic matter. Amend the soil with compost or well-rotted manure to improve its structure and nutrient content. Once you have the perfect spot, prepare the soil by loosening it with a garden fork or tiller. This will allow for better root penetration and drainage. Create a hole that is at least twice as wide as the root ball of your rose plant and just as deep. A wider hole encourages the roots to spread out and establish themselves in their new environment. Transplanting the roses. When it comes to the actual transplanting process, it's essential to be gentle with the roots. Start by watering the rose thoroughly a day before the move. This will help to hydrate the plant and reduce transplant shock. Use a sharp spade or shovel to dig around the plant, keeping the root ball intact. Aim for a diameter of about 12 inches from the base of the stem to ensure you capture enough roots. Carefully lift the plant from the ground, using the shovel to support it. Once the plant is out of the ground, gently shake off excess soil and inspect the roots. If they appear tightly bound, you can make a few vertical cuts along the sides to encourage them to spread out in their new location. Place the rose in the prepared hole, ensuring that the graft union, where the rose variety is grafted onto the rootstock, is at soil level. Fill the hole with soil, gently tamping it down to eliminate air pockets. Water the newly transplanted rose thoroughly to help settle the soil and provide hydration. Apply a layer of mulch around the base to retain moisture and suppress weeds, but be careful not to pile it against the stem. Caring for transplanted roses. After transplanting, your roses will need extra attention as they adjust to their new environment. Keep an eye on their water needs, especially during the first few weeks. Water deeply but less frequently, allowing the soil to dry slightly between waterings. Fertilizing can help, too, but wait about a month after transplanting to avoid burning the roots. Use a balanced fertilizer formulated for roses, following package instructions for application rates. Monitor for pests and diseases during this vulnerable time. Common issues include aphids, spider mites, and powdery mildew. Use organic pest control methods or horticultural soap to manage infestations. Additionally, prune any dead or damaged wood to encourage healthy new growth. Transplanting rhubarb. Next up, let's focus on rhubarb. Transplanting rhubarb follows similar principles to roses but requires slightly different care. Start by selecting a new site with full sun to partial shade and rich, well-drained soil. The soil should be high in organic matter, just like with roses. Prepare the new site by clearing away any weeds or debris and adding compost to improve the soil structure. When you're ready to transplant, dig around the rhubarb plant, ensuring you capture the root system. Rhubarb has large, fleshy roots, so aim for a diameter of at least 12 inches around the base. Lift the plant gently and shake off excess soil. If the roots are compacted, you can gently loosen them with your hands or a garden fork. Choose a spot in the garden where you can space the rhubarb plants at least 3 feet apart. This spacing allows for their large leaves to spread out without competing for nutrients and sunlight. Plant the rhubarb in a hole that is deep enough to accommodate the roots without bending them, usually about 3 to 4 inches below the soil surface. Once in place, fill the hole with soil, making sure to water thoroughly after planting. Mulch around the base to help retain moisture and prevent weeds, taking care not to pile it too high against the crown. Caring for transplanted rhubarb. Just like roses, rhubarb needs extra care post-transplant. Keep the soil consistently moist, especially during dry spells. However, avoid waterlogging the roots, as rhubarb doesn't tolerate soggy soil well. Fertilize with a balanced fertilizer in early spring as new growth begins, following package instructions. Regularly monitor your rhubarb for any signs of pests, such as aphids or slugs. These can quickly damage the leaves and affect the plant's health. Implement organic pest control methods, such as hand-picking or using diatomaceous earth, to keep pests at bay. As the rhubarb grows, you may need to thin the stalks to ensure the plants have enough room to develop. Harvesting should be done selectively, pulling the stalks rather than cutting them, which helps encourage new growth. Bringing in tropical water lilies. Now that we've covered transplanting roses and rhubarb, let's shift our focus to bringing tropical water lilies indoors. Water lilies are a stunning addition to any pond or water feature, and tropical varieties add a vibrant touch to your home. Before bringing water lilies indoors, assess the current state of the plants. Trim any dead or yellowing leaves to promote healthy growth. If the water lilies are in a pond, carefully lift them out, ensuring that you take a portion of the soil and roots with you. If you're dealing with potted water lilies, simply transport the pots indoors, keeping the soil intact. When selecting a suitable indoor location for your tropical water lilies, choose a spot that receives ample sunlight. A south-facing window is ideal, as it provides the warmth and light these plants need to thrive. If you have a large aquarium or a water feature indoors, that can also be a perfect home for your water lilies. Setting up indoor water lily containers. If you're using containers for your indoor water lilies, choose wide, shallow pots with drainage holes. Fill them with aquatic planting soil, which is designed to retain moisture while providing the necessary nutrients. Position the water lily crown just below the soil surface, and gently cover it with soil, leaving the leaves exposed. Once your water lilies are planted, fill the containers with water, allowing them to soak and settle. Be sure to use dechlorinated water if you're using tap water, as chlorine can be harmful to aquatic plants. Once the containers are set up, place them in your chosen sunny location. Conclusion: successfully transplanting roses and rhubarb, along with bringing in tropical water lilies, can create a vibrant and thriving garden environment. By understanding each plant's unique needs and providing the right care, you can cultivate a beautiful landscape that flourishes throughout the seasons. Remember to monitor your plants regularly, and don't hesitate to adjust your care routine as needed to ensure a stunning and harmonious garden that brings you joy for years to come. With patience and dedication, your efforts will yield a breathtaking array of color and life, transforming your space into a floral haven.